Podcasting Culture, the Role of Video in Heritage Preservation. Darius Aria and Alberto Prieto for the American Institute for Roman Culture. I'd first like to thank our colleagues at the AIRC, especially Alberto Prieto and Simone Di Santi, who tirelessly film and edit all our videos. IAC, the International Association for Classical Archaeology, and Fasti Online, that is Elizabeth Fentress and Helga Di Giuseppe. MIBAC, Direzione Generale per la Valorizzazione del Patrimonio Culturale, enhancing and promoting the cultural heritage of Italy, and excavation directors Nick Terranato at Gabi, Vincenzo Fiocchi Nicolai at Via Argentina, Stephen Ellis at Pompeii, whose work we will all see and highlight today. First, a few words about what we do in Rome. Our mission is to promote and defend Rome's cultural heritage through educational programs, projects, and public outreach in archaeology and Mediterranean culture, conservation, video, and social media. The background to our current endeavors in video starts with last spring's first annual Unlisted Cultural Heritage Conference that we sponsor with the Ministry of Cultural Heritage. Unlisted, in contrast to the heavily trafficked UNESCO World Heritage Site list, focuses on the sites that garner little attention and funding. Incidentally, our next conference is March 23rd and 24th, 2012, in Rome. In one of our talks, we discussed our educational videos on Ostia Antica, produced with media communications students from Northeastern University in 2010 and 2011, regarding topics such as religious practices, architecture, excavation, and conservation issues of Ostia Antica. You can see those online on our YouTube channel, We Dig Rome. Participants at the conference included members of Fasti Online. Fasti Online Documents and Research is an online peer-reviewed journal containing reports, both preliminary and final, on excavations from 2000 onwards. And at the conference, it was suggested that Fasti Online would benefit greatly from explanatory videos on ongoing excavations to make more of its academic scholarly material accessible. Thus began the collaboration, Fasti Online and MIBAC and AIRC, this past summer. For all the visual dynamics involved in the fields of conservation and archaeology, there really is a dearth of related video material that is engaging and inclusive. Main outlets and organizations on cultural heritage preservation have not yet engaged video as a major tool for educating and involving. Just look at the minor role it plays in AIA, ECROM, Getty Conservation, etc. Though across the board, video is becoming more prominent. There's so much more to do. For now, though, the public usually is informed by splashy media video from CNN and other news outlets about the precarious conservation conditions of archaeological sites like Pompeii. This media attention, though, does show substantial and growing concern for our world cultural heritage. Coupled with the ever-increasing international travel tourism, as underlined in this current conference, there is a growing interest in the past, its preservation, and the recognition of the perils of increased tourism traffic to sites. Furthermore, History Channel and related shows underline video's natural and logical place in archaeological documentation and its conservation to engage and involve the public to learn about the past. But these commercial venues are not as accessible and free and online, nor is there an overwhelming interest in for-profit production of videos about conservation. So what's missing is videos created by archaeologists, conservation experts, and filmmakers collaborating together, primarily led by the people that actually understand the material. Indeed, video podcasting represents a largely untapped resource for documenting and promoting cultural heritage preservation of archaeological sites and fieldwork. Video can simultaneously educate and involve, and is the educational medium of the near future. Just consider some online video statistics. YouTube handles more than 2 billion views per day. 35 hours are uploaded per minute. Cisco has noted that 2/3 of the world's mobile data traffic will be video by 2015, paralleled by growth in broadband and streaming capabilities. And who is consuming video now and learning through video? We have to look at the 30 and under demographic. And when they're done viewing, if not simultaneously viewing a video, they are posting it to friends and associates on Twitter and Facebook. So social media is part of the synergy for visualization. That is why in Italy, our institute has begun to engage the public also through social media. For MeBack, Valorizzazione, enhancing and promoting the cultural heritage of Italy is a must. So to improve their outreach, AIRC is providing an outlet in English alongside their social media feeds in Italian. Our current goals in Fasti Online partnership are as follows. Create and promote online educational videos about ongoing excavation explorations and related conservation issues to make rarefied scholarship accessible to a broader audience, and not leave it only to the world of scholarship. Convey the importance of the given site, without being reductive or simplistic, through dialogues with colleagues in the field. And here I might add, the edutainment component is critical. Without this filmmaking or storytelling, the audience is lost immediately. For each archaeological site, discuss issues of conservation and site preservation and management. To illustrate these points, we will now show video podcasting examples in which the American Institute for Roman Culture engages IAC, the Italian Ministry of Culture, and universities to create a synergy of participation that serves to enhance, document, and explain aspects of heritage preservation. The snippets include videos of the following ongoing excavations. The Pontifical University's excavations at the Church of San Marco on the Via Argentina, directed by Vincenzo Fiocchi Nicolai. The University of Michigan's excavations at Gabii, directed by Nicola Terranato. And the University of Cincinnati's excavations at the Porta Stabia in Pompeii, directed by Stephen Ellis. The vignettes to be presented are the following. 1. Presentation of the site, who, what, where, when. That's the San Marco site. 2. The importance of the site, Gabii. 3. Explaining the site to the general public, the San Marco site. 4. Excavations in progress, Pompeii. 5. New discoveries from specialist studies, Gabii. 6. The project's contribution to archaeology, new technology, Pompeii. 7. Conservation and future of the site, Pompeii, most important for the topic of this conference. Finally, 8. Concluding credits, acknowledgments, and links. Thank you very much, and we hope you enjoy the following presentation.
Io sono Vincenzo Fiocchi Nicolai, insegno archeologia cristiana all'Università di Roma Tor Vergata e nel Pontificio Istituto di Archeologia Cristiana. Dunque, noi ci troviamo qui a Roma, tra la via Appia e la via Ardeatina, e siamo di fronte appunto, allo scavo di una chiesa di età costantiniana che si pensa essere quella che il Papa Marco ha costruito nell'anno 336. Sapevamo che questa Basilica di Marco era in questa zona, ce ne parlano appunto le fonti antiche. Poiché la planimetria della chiesa che si è evidenziata è di un tipo particolare che sappiamo proprio essere in voga durante l'età costantiniana, diciamo, un po' immediatamente abbiamo fatto l'ipotesi che si trattasse di questa Basilica di Papa Marco, e gli scavi archeologici hanno confermato, diciamo, questa attribuzione, forse anche riconoscendo la tomba del fondatore, cioè del Papa, in una grande struttura funeraria che si trova, una grande tomba che si trova proprio nel centro dell'Esedra.
There is a dearth of well-documented mid-Republican city layouts, so we thought that we could find something here that wouldn't be completely built over like you have in Rome or even Pompeii, which was great sites, but you know, you have all this late Republican and early imperial stuff sitting on top of them, beautiful floors that you can remove, and this actually is paying off.
Abbiamo trovato in effetti sotto i piani pavimentali lo spazio integralmente occupato da tombe. Ne abbiamo scavate ad oggi circa 500, ma in base ai calcoli che abbiamo fatto in rapporto alle dimensioni della chiesa ce ne dovevano essere almeno 1600. Naturalmente lo spazio della chiesa era molto richiesto dai fedeli delle prime comunità, in quanto era uno spazio sacro, uno spazio in cui si dicevano le messe, si celebravano i funerali, si celebravano le feste per i santi cui queste chiese erano dedicate, quindi avere una tomba all'interno di una chiesa era qualcosa di importante.
What kind of stories are being revealed in your excavations at Pompeii?
Well, one of the more interesting stories is that when we see the buildings coming in here in the 2nd century, a lot of them up and down both sides of the street are operating fish salting factories. So we find in the fronts of all these shops up here a whole bunch of fish salting vats right inside the threshold. And in fact, in our excavations from this year, we've already started to uncover another one just down here.
Flotation is a sort of a sampling strategy used to gain environmental information without damaging it. Wet sieving will just smash your charcoal. So we use water, we use a faucet head beneath sort of and in our arms to sort of stir the soil, get the soil matrix to drop through, and then it'll overflow out that orange tube, and that's the charcoal and seed will all float. They're lighter than water, and we'll collect that in this extremely fine 1/4 millimeter screen. And then there's a heavier screen we put in so that the tile, the ceramic, everything else in the floats will be sorted through later, so we make sure we capture everything. And then under the microscope, the seeds and charcoal, when they dry, will be analyzed to see what they're growing, sometimes how they're growing it, if we can see different parts of cereal grain processing, like the chaff parts. We'll know that nearby they were processing. Also environmental information, especially from wood charcoal. Identifying the tree species and over time how that's changing, or the parts of the trees they're harvesting. So far this year I found a lot of barley and some wheat and lots of fava beans. But we'll find wild grasses, different sometimes spice seeds, grape.
When we're talking about archaeology today, we're talking about making a contribution to the field in excavation, in getting new information in terms of conservation, preserving the past. What contribution, what are you doing in the project? How are you making that contribution?
Well, one of our contributions is to move completely to a paperless excavation. So what we've incorporated now are these tablet computers, so the Apple iPads. And so what we've been able to do with these is to record all of our information in the field, in the trenches, but also here in our digital headquarters of the site, digitally, electronically. It means that all of our information is collected much faster. It's much cleaner, neater data, much more dynamic data as well. We can collect many more different kinds of things. We can also access a lot of that data, and it's also much more secure. It's a much more robust data set than we've ever had before with paper collection methods.
This kind of contribution, the integration of conservation into archaeology, that's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, we're very proud of it. This is a real chance to give something back to the city that we've been able to get so much information out of it and work so closely with the Soprintendenza, but also gives us a chance to leave something behind other than just our publications. We can leave the site better than what we found when we first got here.
What would you like to see happen to the site when it is done? Would you envision this being open? How would you like to have this integrated into the rest of the site of Pompeii?
Yeah, ultimately what we'd love to see is to have people being able to actually come down and to visit this site and to learn a bit about what we've been able to find out about it. So have some kind of input with what we've been talking about and discussing with the Soprintendenza is opportunities of information booths in here, so that people can come, they can see what kind of information we've been able to get out of the middle class district of Pompeii.
Thanks very much for having us.
Anytime,
Appreciate
mate.
it.
Anytime.
We'll see you
Welcome
again.
back.
All right, thank you.
Take care.